Hey, welcome in. Brown Bag Bets. Noops is off today. It's me and Matt bringing you into a beautiful Monday, a week full of sports betting, sports gambling, sports investing, however you justify it to yourself.
I like
We're
that sports
gonna
investing.
sports investing. Doesn't that just sound more like it's well
What do you
thought
do for a
out?
living? I'm a sports investor,
Sports
working in the sports
investor.
investment industry.
I can't imagine doing this like full time. Because sometimes you have bad weeks. Like there's no other job in the world where it's like, oh, I had a bad week down at the factory. They actually took money from me.
Yeah,
Not only did I
I
not get a paycheck, I owe them $600 this week. Like Jesus. But
not good.
no, I digress. We have a Monday night football that hopefully can top the Sunday night football that wasn't very good. On top of the Thursday night
It's good if
football
you
that
had the
wasn't.
under.
Yeah, Thursday night football wasn't great either, ended with some squirreliness, which made it talkable. But Noops was good enough to give us some tennis bets, and in classic brown bag bets fashion, we will make Matt read the names because I don't even know if I've
Okay,
maybe heard of this girl. You have to do the names
Parma's
of the events as well.
Parma's got to be in Italy, right?
Yes,
Has to
WTA
be in Italy.
Parma.
WTA Parma, everyone knows that one. Legendary tournament. He's got Udvardy plus 110. I like that pick a lot. I think there's some good value on her there. And then WTA Talon. That's just how we're going with this.
I
Talene.
don't know if it's Talon, Talene, somebody might
Well,
have to help
it's
me with that
Europe, so
one.
we'll say Talene. We'll say Talene because it's Europe and probably it's a little fancy there. He's got the Kuzmova Zhang first set over 9 games, which I think is I think that one's going to be a long one. I think that's going to be a long first set. So I like that pick there. Dan says Tallinn is the capital of Estonia.
It
So
is. It is up there in the Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, that whole junk. But yeah, our Aranska Roos, the Dutch girl, takes on Uvardi. That is getting some steam. I'm not sure you can even get plus 110 anymore. If you can get a plus number on that, you are on the right side of history as far as the steam. Currently, she's being pushed down to a favorite. Might close a favorite, so you might get some CLV. This is a match that happens early in the morning tomorrow in Italy, and then Tallinn. I'm going to go with Tallinn. You know what?
I like Tallinn.
Until somebody tells me otherwise, Tallinn. And I like Estonia's flag. Not a lot of
That one's pretty
places
simple.
use
It's
that.
like black, blue, and white, right?
Well, and they use like that softer navy blue. Like it's a bit of a periwinkle almost. I
I
do
got to
like
pull
that
that one.
one. Kuzmova and Zhang. That's another one that looks like. Is that today? So I'm gonna double check on the scheduling on these. This is Noob
That is a
Sauce.
nice flag.
So Kuzmova and Zhang had a match today that got canceled with Teichmann. It looks like this might not even be tomorrow. I'm not sure. Maybe they just haven't rescheduled this one yet. Looking at the order of play for tomorrow, there's Wang. Oh, maybe Zhang is the one that pulled up because Teichmann advanced. So I don't know. Go find this. Go look at your sports book. Go under tennis. WTA, Estonia, Tallinn, and see if you
Yep.
can find this. I'm gonna bug Noops about this, see what the hell is going on. Is this like a Wednesday match that there was some
I
sort of
feel like
walkover?
usually.
Oh my god, it is. So this is not scheduled till Wednesday because
Oh,
of the
that would be why.
walkover. There was some shuffling around as there often is at the beginning of the tournament. So this 2 a.m. Wednesday. You have time. Guess what, guys?
I
Both
feel
of
like
those.
we
You got
usually we do a pretty good job of reading Noops's tennis bets. Today, I think was probably one of our worst jobs. I think this one
no,
was.
no. I think we went after it. We did the research. We put in the time.
We did do the research. We did put in the time on this one.
Well, we could have put the time in before the show.
Yeah, but
That's where maybe room for improvement.
that's asking a lot. Golf though is apparently still
Heading
going on.
from Estonia to the Eastern
Sanderson
Europe
Farm.
of America, Jackson, Mississippi, which I do need to check into this. Like a month ago, they did not have drinkable, usable. They were telling people not to brush their teeth with the water here. And now this week they're hosting a PGA event. I'm curious to see what sort of like I feel for those people. That sucks. Can you
Yeah.
imagine not being able to like you got to go buy bottled
No,
water to brush your
people
teeth?
are turning on their faucets and it's brown.
Yeah, so hopefully they got things sorted out down there. But yeah, the PGA in the off season had to
It's
some
tough.
different areas. And yes, we're heading to Jackson, Mississippi, the Jackson Country Club. It is a long course. It has narrow fairways, but the rough is cut pretty short. It's never been penal. It's kind of an easy course. Every year, this is about 20 under. It is a putting contest, guys. So we're gonna need some people who can putt, which is super hard to find because it's not a terribly sticky stat, as they tend to say. And also, you say, "Hey, Andy, this is a longer course. Are you looking for a guy who can hit the shit out?" Not really. Like it doesn't have to be a bomber here. People who can hit the ball a long ways will have some advantages, but it's not technically real tactical golf, as you can tell. Like I said, it was a putting contest. But some of these guys who, maybe aren't the longest off the tee, but still enjoy some sort of accuracy, can put the ball where they want for some nice second shots. They're going to have some advantages here too. So there's not like maybe a real hard archetype to who can win this tournament. The guy who can win this tournament is the guy who's going to find himself with a bunch of makeable putts, opportunities gained, birdies are better gained, bogeys avoided, driving accuracy, driving distance. I mean, tee to green always matters. Greens in regulation, less of a signal here just because everybody finds the greens. It's one of the easier courses on tour, easiest events on tour for people to find the greens in 1, 2, or 3 shots. So I went with a couple here. I will have more outrights. Golf Show will be back, Noonan and I, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, talking about Sanderson Farms. We'll go a little more in depth. I'll have a handful of outrights. I have like seven or eight other guys circled. I just need to dig in. These are a couple I wanted to get ahead of because Russell Henley is 16-1 at some places in the market. You can get him to 22. I believe not only at I think DraftKings had it, and then several offshores as well. A couple places don't even have prices up yet for this, which is it's Monday, guys. I don't care if it's a swing season. Let's hop on it a little bit. Yeah, Russell Henley 22-1. He's it's hard to use current form with a lot of these. Some of these guys haven't really played since the BMW, but he made the BMW. He didn't putt all that well, but the rest of the game was good. And he played well on some of the easiest courses. He was 10th at the Rocket, 5th at the Wyndham. He's played decent at courses like this, and I'm trying to look if he did play this one last year. I'm not showing it. He did get 7th at the Houston, 2nd at the Sony over the course of last swing season. He's a rightful near the favorites, near the top kind of guy, and I like him quite a bit. And then Emiliano Grillo, not the longest off the tee, but he has some decent accuracy. And another one where, hey, let's find a comp. And again, the grass is completely different, and there are actually some sort of hazards in Minneapolis, but there are easier scoring courses where you do need to be just making your putts to stay atop the leaderboard. Second at the 3M Open, second down the road in Illinois at the John Deere. He has played well at some of these shittier events. And last year, what was it? 39th last year, didn't putt all that well, but the rest of the game was good enough to keep him in the mix. So Emiliano Grillo, I found him at 35 a few places, 40. I think it was Bet Online and maybe FanDuel or DraftKings. I looked a few to 31 at FanDuel. FanDuel has like the worst pricing today out of anybody. So I would just not shop there at all and start looking at DraftKings and some of the other ones. Sometimes it's one book, sometimes it's the other. It's why we always shop.
Would you look to avoid any of the guys in the President's Cup from last week that are playing this week, or does that not really matter? You think it's far enough removed?
Yeah, and
just because that's a week long thing. Like, it's a long event. I feel like that's something that takes kind of a lot out of you. And to see some of these guys like Sam Burns he's best player in the field by a long shot, but having him at 8-1.
That's why I'm avoiding Sam Burns. Not to say I wouldn't use him in a matchup if it came out to the right spot, right price, but yeah, he's a heavy favorite. He should be a heavy favorite, but I don't know where motivation is here for him playing this one. Is he local or what are we doing? I thought he was a Texas kid.
He's from Louisiana, so local-ish.
Yeah.
I was watching the broadcast yesterday after he lost his match to go 0-4 on the weekend. They were talking about where he was from.
Louisiana State, huh? They should abbreviate that. All right, yeah. I am avoiding Sam Burns, though. And speaking of avoiding guys, we have Noops' first touchdown scores as well, and there will be a little bit of an asterisk on one of these, so don't just look at the graphic and start firing away. Matt's gonna run you through these and tell you about one of these, and maybe pump the brakes a little until we get some more news.
So Noops always loves the quarterbacks. We know that. Daniel Jones, Cooper Rush. Daniel Jones, especially being a little bit of a runner, he likes using those feet a lot. I like him at plus 1,400. Cooper Rush plus 4,000, worth a shot for a QB sneak there. I'm big on Tony Pollard first touchdown score. I've liked that bet a lot, basically since last year. Like week 1 and week 2, I hit back-to-back first touchdown scores, one of which was Tony Pollard, and he saved me from having a terribly lost weekend. So I'm a big Tony Pollard supporter. Dalton Schultz, we're not sure if he's playing yet tonight. And if he is, might not be full go. So while Noops has that one on there, that's one to keep an eye on. Patrick says Schultz isn't going to play. I don't know if that's official yet, but it's certainly seems like it's trending that way that he's not going to be in, right?
Yeah, I just got in. I will say, just shameless plug. I'll read ads for other companies no matter what, as long as they pay me. But this one's from the heart. It is a really good app, the Fantasy Life app. Even if you don't like fantasy football, and I don't like fantasy football, it's stupid and I hate it, and I do it every year anyway. But the Fantasy Life app, I don't even go on it. I don't even open the app and ever like go participate in the conversations. I just use the notifications. It is the best injury and news notifications in the world. It's basically the only app I even let give me notifications on my phone besides getting like texts. So it did just pop up right as you were talking. He traveled with the team. He's going to test it out, but it does seem unlikely. So, and that's Patrick. Patrick says that's where I got it. He must have got these same notifications. So the timing was uncanny. It's funny.
It's the beautiful thing about that app. I mean, they like the way it works is basically 10 seconds after Adam Schefter tweets whoever's out, you get that notification just about 10, 20 seconds later on your phone.
It's like you have notifications for like all the best NFL news, except you don't have to follow all those Twitter accounts and curates it for you. So I do enjoy that quite a bit. And the news was not sounding good. So I'm going to leave that one off my card.
Yeah, then Richie James is the last one there we didn't get to. Giants tight end. He's got 10 receptions on the year for 110 yards. So he is getting a few looks. Those secondary tight ends are always worth a shot at 25-1. I like that. I like that too. I think my plays tonight here are probably going to be Tony Pollard, Daniel Jones, and Richie James. I think those are the three I'm going to roll the dice with.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to see with the Schultz thing. Looking at some of the targets, it has been all Schultz. So Sean.
Yeah, that Cowboys offense gets a little bit unpredictable down in the red zone when Schultz isn't playing and is hurt. So it's you would think a guy like Zeke or a guy like Pollard might see a few more targets or whatever, carries, but not really sure how to go about that one.
Yeah, you can have that. I don't want to try to predict something like that. I'm not betting. I'm probably not betting this game. To tell you the truth. I don't know. Do you have a bet on this at all?
No, I have no feel on. Like I probably sprinkle some first touchdowns. The total is right around. It's 39.5 on FanDuel. Giants are laying a point. Like I don't know. Like Cooper Rush is playing, but like Daniel Jones isn't very good, and I have no feel on this game at all whatsoever. I think this might be a watch. You might maybe live bet something, maybe sprinkle a first touchdown score just to have some action in there. But I got nothing on this game.
And it's so hard. A lot of what we do when we're looking at these is looking at red zone usage. You literally don't have any red zone usage stats from week 1. Dallas didn't get into the red zone. So we have that. And then we have a week 2 where we had essentially like 5 targets in the red zone completely the whole game. And it's a different quarterback that we don't have a long sample size for. Mm-hmm. So it's incredibly hard to figure because literally I don't think we've had a tight end red zone target this year from the Cowboys. No, we haven't. It's been Pollard, Brown, Lamb, and Turpin. Kevontae Turpin. That's a full thing. So I'm not sure what we're doing here. It looks like the other one too.
This is all guessing.
Who's the wide receiver? Gallup? Yeah, Gallup's not playing either. So
yeah, doesn't seem like he's back. I mean,
Yeah.
relatively soon, but we haven't been hearing whispers about him playing yet.
No, he's not playing. So it might be a weird one. I might find 2 or 3 real long shots and get some real goofy ones in there. I'll
Just
dig
gonna run
around
with it.
on this one tonight. So a big baseball slate, huh?
God,
Not
you
really.
you text me this morning saying, "Can you have some baseball?" I say, "Sure, absolutely," because usually we got at least 7, 8, 9 games on a Monday. We got 4 games on a Monday. One of which, I guess, technically the Orioles are still playing for something, but they're pretty much out of things in the wild card race. The Braves are trying to catch the Mets, but the matchup with the Nationals there just really has no value to it at all whatsoever. I know you had a bet in that game. You have the Braves over or the over in general in that one, or do you
Oh
not
yeah,
remember?
somebody just said the Braves over was like a hot side. So I have some over
Yeah,
8.5.
wouldn't I mean the Braves playing a bad team and a bad pitcher, you could definitely see it, but that was up high. I think it was up around 6, so I was like, yeah, we're not going to go with it. The Yankees do play tonight, so we're gonna. I gave out Pujols and the Pujols Judge parlay on Friday. I should have just bet Pujols to go deep twice because that's what happened. Judge did not. Judge is still sitting on 60. He goes up against Kevin Gausman tonight in Toronto. Looked up the numbers. He's 8 for 22 career, has 3 home runs against Gausman, which I think tied for the most of any active player. So he hits Kevin Gausman pretty well. Gausman has been pretty good for Toronto, but I like the matchup here with Aaron Judge and a plus 210. I mean, he goes deep every couple games and he's technically in a mini slump. So we're going to go with him there. And then the Orioles team total over. This is more of a fade of Boston. Boston's allowed 5+, and last night doesn't count. They were down 2-0 in the 6th, and it got rained out, so that one didn't really finish. What did finish, but not a 9-inning game. The 4 before that, they'd allowed 5+, and I think 10 a couple times in there. Connor Siebold is the pitcher tonight, which sounds like a perfect Boston Red Sox pitcher's name. I don't really know why. I feel like that's a Boston name there, Connor Siebold. He's been just god awful this year. He's only thrown about 16 innings. I think he has 4 or 5 starts. Hasn't gotten past the 4th inning. 2 of his last 3 starts, he's allowed 7+. Orioles aren't hitting the ball terribly well at the moment, but I think this is the right kind of pitcher to just get them going in a hitter-friendly ballpark in Boston. So we're going to take the Orioles to score 5+ runs, and let's bet Aaron Judge to get 61.
Good movie too. Do you think Barry Pepper will be in attendance? I would.
Idea.
Who's the other guy in the movie? I can't even think of the other actors. So, yeah. And as far as I feel bad for not like touching more on Monday Night Football, but this is
It's an unpredictable game.
it's a
There's
very
not much
tough
to
one.
it.
Like, and Daniel Jones, like he's been pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like he has the third lowest. If you want to go by the PFF rankings, he's third lowest. Obviously, Justin Fields is hilariously low, just because.
Yeah.
How do
He's
you
been
get a
bad.
good how do you get a good passing grade when you're not passing? And it's just been tough to get him a decent grade. And also Baker Mayfield's been really, really bad. But Daniel Jones right down there with him. Cooper Rush is not that much higher. It's a small sample size. I'm not sure what to make of this. I know the hot side was Dallas getting some money when they were a smaller dog. They took some money in here. I think this total is pretty much set still. I'm looking at the
I
point
think I
spread.
would lean towards a Dallas money line and an under, mainly because I don't trust either quarterback, and I think Dallas can run the ball a little bit better. They're a little bit better up front, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I lean towards an under and probably Dallas, but it's in all honesty, it's probably a no play for me. Maybe like I said, something live, but just
Yeah, I
tough.
lean towards Dallas. I missed the best of the number there, which stinks. And then the same thing on
At this point, you
the
just take the
under.
money
It's
line.
been bet down to 39. So yeah, hopefully this game doesn't stink. I'll be around at halftime. We'll bet the second half, which isn't going to be fun. It was the same as
You know
last
what?
night.
That's your betting strategy tonight is to tune into the deep dive at halftime and listen to their second half plays.
Tune in. Well, we'll bet the second half. So for me, for Noops, for producer Dan, and for Matt Rooney, who was actually on the show today.
I'll see you probably tomorrow, I think, then too, right?
Catch
If
you tomorrow.
you got the golf show.
Oh yeah, I'm off. I'm taking the day off.